In Chapter 5, our topic is the integumentary system. So it's important to keep in mind that the integumentary system is an organ system. So we're going to see for the first time in this class a group of organs that are working together to fulfill a common function. So the integumentary system consists of really kind of two groups of structures. We have the skin and the accessory structures. Now the term skin refers to the two layers that compose the skin, that is the superficial epidermis and the deeper dermis. And so those are the two layers that we refer to collectively together as the skin. Well, the accessory structures like the hair, the nails, and the glands have supporting roles for the skin. So let's get an idea of just how big of an organ system the skin is, because the skin is usually kind of presented as one of the largest single organs within our body. So because the epidermis and dermis, the epidermis is an epithelial tissue and the dermis is connective tissue, because we have two different tissue types that are working together there, that would make the skin by itself an organ. But with its accessory structures, we consider it an organ system. So the epidermal and dermal layers together are one of the largest single organs that make up our body. And so it weighs a pretty impressive 10 pounds in the average individual. And this is about 7% of our total body weight. It has a surface area, because it covers pretty much every external surface of our body. It covers a surface area of approximately 24 square feet, which is roughly the size of a full-size mattress. And its thickness kind of varies depending on where it's located on the body. The skin thickness varies anywhere from about 1.5 millimeters to about 4 millimeters in thickness. So we see two layers, as I mentioned previously with the skin. We have the superficial epidermal layer or epidermis, while the dermis makes up the deepest layer of our skin. Now we also see that below the dermis is a layer that's called the subcutaneous layer, and the subcutaneous layer is sometimes referred to as the hypodermis. So while this structure does have the name dermis in it, it is actually not technically part of the skin or the integumentary system. It is in close proximity to that structure, but the hypodermis is not technically part of the skin or integumentary system when we consider that organ system by itself. So let's take a look at how it's all arranged. So superficially, from superficial, I should say, to deep, we have the epidermis and dermis. So those are the two layers that make up the skin. We have the hypodermis right underneath the skin. Again, not part of the skin, but it's directly deep to the skin. And the hypodermis typically tends to rest on top of our skeletal muscles. And then finally, at the deepest locations within the body, we have the bones of the skeletal system.